Good day, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I hope you had a great weekend. Arif, I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I have a question for you, Arif. There was something said on the Discord by you that you were going to announce something. What are you going to announce? I'm curious. I am curious. Let me know. And while Arif is chatting or typing, hopefully he's typing, let's go ahead and take care of some introductions. Hello, everybody. Ooh, that's weird for me. 1 second. There we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Shawn. I'm a photographer. I am based in Germany. Wherever you are watching this, you are going to see a Linktree link within the description. I am curious. Yes, that's why I'm asking. I'm curious. What announcement do you have? You are going to see a Linktree link within the description. And that's going to look like this, where you can find me every place I am on the interwebs. And if you would like to share your work with me, and I'll show it live, you can join my Discord from here, and you can find me every place I am on the interwebs. I didn't react. Am I supposed to react? I'm reacting now. I'm reacting live. That's better than an emote. I didn't react, so I am disqualified. From what? What am I disqualified from? Oh. You've piqued my interest. I'm sitting here live talking about you. Emote is jinxed. Now I have to remember where it is. Which Discord was it on? Okay, 1 moment. I am putting in reactions. There. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where am I? Oh, if you are watching this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, like, subscribe, follow, all of that stuff. Okay. Fine, Arif. Fine. Yeah, feel free to like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Greatly appreciated. Let's jump into the, if you're on Behance, if you have a Behance page, I do have a subscription area there, and or you can buy me a cup of Joe right there. Seen by 825 people. For a cup of Joe, that's a lot. Okay, let's jump into the Discord. So, we have Mafu, Halucha, Respond to My Heart Beyond Evolution, Mega Evolve. Thank you so much for joining and talking about Pokemon with me. I am so happy to get to share and draw what I love with you, and I hope to do it again. For now, let's celebrate victory and share our strength, just like Haluka. And for the final, use Flying Press. Okay, so we have the reference. And the sketches. Very cool. I like it. I like it. Good job, Mafu. Thank you for so much for sharing. Okay. Let's jump over here. Okay, I have been trying to educate myself a little bit more and finding different ways to edit photos. And I have been talking about trying to get back into black and white editing, and that's kind of where we're gonna go, but we're gonna go some different ways. Since you are interested, will DM, but don't spill. Okay. You don't have to, Arif. I can wait. I just figured I would ask since you're here. So I've been educating myself on some different ways of editing, just trying to expand my toolbox, and yeah, we're gonna play around with this today. So let's just dive into it. And this is a technique that I haven't played with before, but I found it pretty interesting. If we go into our basics and we want to set some white and black points here. Something like that. Then if we go into our color mixer, and we go into the saturation over here, boom! The Jane Bradbury just redeemed. Holy shnikes. Holy shnikes is right. And Jane, let me give you a big boom and welcome in a Duck. Jane subscribed for 6 months. And let's give Jane a shout out here. See if I can do this properly. I'm just in time to catch you for a little while. Well, welcome in, Jane. And for those of you that do not know, Jane has started a 100-day project on her Twitch channel. Caroline, hello. Jane has just started a 100-day project. I don't want to call it a challenge, a project, 100-day streaming straight of creating art. So make sure to give Jane a follow. And yeah, thank you for being here, Jane. And Riff and Caroline. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay. Jane says I'm not awake yet. Well, okay. Not a problem. All right, let's get back at this. So I have set my white and black points. Next off, we go here into the color mixer. And what we're going to do is we're going to take down all of the colors, all the saturation out of this image to get it to be more, to turn it black and white. Now, we've got this image. Cool. Then what we can do is we can come into the luminance and we can, and let's grab eyedroppers here. Let's get a little more brightness here. Seeing what we've got going. Let's take that up. Those grasses there. Bring that up a little bit. We can darken our sky a little bit more. Something like that. And if we get back into the saturation from here, we can start bringing some color back into our image by bringing these up a little bit. And we're trying to keep this still very black and white. Or I should say not black and white, desaturated. I'm just gonna desaturate everything. Get too much on the blues. Bring some purples up. May be able to bring some more greens and yellows in. Something like that. So and I may even desaturate a little bit more. And then under effects, under effects, what we can do is we can do a post vignette, and instead of going darker, we can actually let me turn off our highlights. Let's go the other way. Take our feather down. Bring in our midpoint. This is a very dark image. Give it a little bit of feather. Add some grain into it. You can really see the grain coming out here. We need to bring up our black points because we are clipping. Let's get back into our basics. Add a little bit of exposure. Let's open those shadows up just a hair. Let's take down our saturation even a little bit more. And so there we go. We just created more of a vintage image. And Caroline is talking about how dark this image is. This is very intentionally shot dark because it was exposed for the highlights. And if I come here, you're going to be able to see that I was making this to be like an HDR. So here is for the regular exposure. And then if we come here, get back here. Let me hit D for develop. There's exposed for the highlights. And this is exposed for the foreground. So initially I was going to turn this into HDR. And it's not really needed. It's not really needed. So I think this is kind of cool. I like all versions. They all have atmosphere. Thank you, Jane. This is kind of cool. I like this. This is not my style. But if you were trying to go with something and create a vintage looking photo, that is a really good way to do that. And I can do one more. Let's see. I'll do it one more time just so we can get a feel for it. And I'm trying to... We do cats. We could do cats. Let's do cats. Why not? Why not? Okay, we're gonna hit D for develop. Then I'm looking up here at our histogram and making sure everything is turned on. We're looking at our histogram. We can set our blacks and whites. So we can darken everything up just until it starts clipping. Same thing with the whites. Okay, right there. Bring it down, bring it down. So right there we have our blacks and whites set. Next off, we go into our color mixer. We take, I like dark and moody too, so do I. Come on. General, hello there. All right, so let's take all the saturation out of this image. Okay, there we go. We can go into our luminance, and if we want to go ahead, let's say we want to make our grasses a little darker to get our cat to pop out a little bit more. We can do that. Then if we go back into the saturation, now we can go through and fine tune the saturation. Like I'm digging that. The cat right there is starting to pop. I'm gonna keep the yellows and the greens very desaturated. Not really any blues. And this technique, you can turn around and really have control over the colors. You may dispense with the pleasantries, expert. I'm here to put you back on schedule. Thank you for that, General. Ooh, do I tell Mr. Jane his new computer is ready for collection? I would say yes. Yes. So once you get to the point that you like the desaturated colors, you like the pop, you like everything going, then very easily we can go into our effects and go ahead. Let me turn off our highlights there. Bring our midpoint out. Take away our roundness. Bringing this in. And then adjusting the feather to taste. Got a little bit of a bleed, which I like. And there you go. We have a vintage style image. Now, I have to shout out Julian Cost for her videos. Julian is amazing. I don't know what her exact position is with Adobe, but she is an extraordinary editor and photographer. Absolutely amazing. So this was a technique. I was doing some research and watching her streams, and that she was showing off. So I was like, oh, this is cool. So I'm giving props where props are due. So Julian, thank you for that. And all right, I want to try some other things here. Get out of Europe and let me find the Jane Bradbury added you as a favorite. Thank you, Jane. Get into our US folder and Oregon. Okay. There was some very cool Dune images. I found where to do it. Well, good for you. Twitch is tough. Or I should say Twitch is really good at hiding stuff. Let's make these bigger for you. And okay. Getting into the sand dunes. Here we go. Now we're getting there. Yep. I love this photo. Okay, I have to remember how this was done, and this is really, really interesting because this technique of editing is completely out of my wheelhouse. This is totally different. That's why I did it, General. General says I don't like sand. That's why I did it. So we are going to set our whites and blacks. This going. Now there's a couple different ways that you can do this if you want. That's getting weird. That's getting weird. Okay, let's actually reset those. Let's get into the tonal curve. So with the tonal curve, there's a few different things. It's your choice, but I warn you not to underestimate my powers. Got you. Okay. Now, as you can see, I can jump in here and grab a point within our histogram. You can see the histogram here matches our histogram up here. And throughout, I don't like that histogram at all. Or I don't like that one. We're going to go into our points. So if you wanted to adjust your whites and blacks, and for those of you that may not know, let's actually talk about this really quick. Within your histogram, for those of you that may not know, everything to the right is your pure white. And you can see it even says whites. Then we have highlights, exposure, which are your midtones, your shadows, and then your blacks are all the way on the left-hand side. So the same thing works with the tonal curve over here. You've got your pure whites and your pure blacks. And if I wanted to, I can actually grab these and completely invert, which is going to invert your image. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Okay, that is a happy accident. Make it yellow? Yeah, because what's opposite of your blues? Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Let's go ahead, Command Z, Command Z. So if I wanted to, I can move these over, grab our black points and our white points, and I don't want to go too crazy here to turn our blues, but if I wanted to, I could really oversaturate. And if I don't want to adjust the saturation, this is a big thing. Refine saturation right there. Now, whenever you make anything darker, you're adding saturation to it. Okay, so that's how come when I bring over, and let's do it. If I bring over the darks, the blacks, and set up a white and black point, now our sky is way over the top. So we have a refined saturation down here. So I can actually grab this and bring it all the way over. And that way it's going to not add as much saturation. Now it's darkening the sky, but it's not adding in so much saturation. And of course, if we wanted to, we could come into our blue channel. We can actually grab it and kind of mess with the blue channels. That's kind of cool. Command Z. So you can get some crazy stuff going here. Now, at this point here, if I wanted to, I can come over to my darks. I can add points. And maybe I want the whites to be even brighter. Bring that in. And of course, I can add contrast, which is in the midpoints, what I'm doing. And the big thing is down here in the sand with the tracks. So if I look at the before and then the after, I'm adding just a ton of saturation into this. Now, if I just wanted to affect the sand, right? Like what we can do is, because this image is just so simple, we can actually come into a mask and we can select our landscape, and we've got our sky and we have our natural ground. And so we can create those two. And if I wanted to, I can come into our sky, and then you can see here, we've got our curve points. So if I wanted to, I can come in here, set a white point, and set a black point if I wanted to. Just darken that sky up. So there are, just like in Photoshop, Illustrator, there's a ton of different ways to actually edit. So this is just a way that I do not edit this way. And you can go over the top if you want. And adding that contrast. And as you can see from here, that's the before and that's the after. And that is really making the sand pop. There are 3 ways. Yes, General. Now, I'm actually kind of digging this sky. I'm hoping it's coming across. Is that a... Wait a minute. Okay, let's get out. Get in. Remove tool. Visualize spots. Nope. Okay. I thought I had a dirty sensor, and I do not. So this is really cool. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. Let's take it. It's not screen dust. Let's see the difference. So this is, ooh, that one's edited. Okay, this is interesting. Live here with you. This is the one I edited myself. This is the one that I just edited only using the curves. I like this one more. If I select both of these and we hit C for compare, and then F for full. No, we don't want full. I like the one we just edited. I don't know. Interesting. Come on. There we go. Let's do another one. And this time, let's play around. Let's hit D for develop. Now let's play around with some black and white. So we can come in here to our presets, and these are the presets that I made actually for this. But we've got adaptive sky, adaptive portrait. Let's see what we've got here. Black and white portrait. This isn't a black and white portrait, but we could see what that does. Ooh, that's high key. Whoa. Mafu. Hey, Mafu. Just so you know, thank you for being here. And we did take a look at your work earlier. Whoops. Let's go Command Z and get back over in basic. Okay. No, thank you for sharing. That one's kind of cool. Whoa. Got like a purple hue. We did see it. That one's kind of green. Magenta, blue. Okay. None of those are really doing it for me. Style, black and white. Let's see what we get for these. These are all color tones. Ooh, that's grainy. Okay. Subject, landscape. Yeah, okay, let's do this ourselves. I was actually wondering recently if I went overboard explaining Mega Evolution and Pokemon to you. The odds are yes. I am doing well, Mafu. Thank you. Okay, we are going to jump into our basic panel here. And we do have a black and white profile. I could come down here and go into adaptive black and white and see what we get from there. And from here, we can add the amount and see if anything is like really jumping out at us. We can double click to set that back. We can come down here to our profiles and see if there's anything jumping out. That's getting kind of cool. That's a bit too dark on the sky. Ooh, I like that. I think I want to go with 9. So up here at the top, we have amounts. So if you wanted to add even more, we can add it, or you can bring it down some more. I did not mind at all by adding some there. So let's go ahead. We're going to close that down. And instead, I don't want to mess with the sky. I'm liking where the sky is at, but let's create a couple masks. And we've got our sky and natural ground. Let's create the masks. Now, within the mask, I'm going to try the same thing here, where we're going to brighten that up and then add more contrast in. And I'm just kind of watching, trying to make sure we don't go too far. Now, one of the problems that I'm seeing right now is we're getting this line back here, and that does not work for me. So let's go ahead and reset that. And we may need to do this a little bit more manual. I'm trying just to feather that edge so we don't start seeing, and I'm paying attention back here because as soon as that edge came out when I was messing with the curves, That's like, whoops. And the problem is our sky is bright. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. If we remove all the masks, delete all masks, and if I want to add contrast, that's going to darken that up. Yeah, this is all global adjustments. It's not really working for me. I think we are going to want the masks. Well, let's do that again. And if we wanted to, we could actually do we want to do it this way? Interesting. Adding grain to sand. Well, I'm trying something new, General, and it's not working for me, to be honest. Skylark. Linda, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Why is it not doing anything? Oh, I deleted the mask. Oh, I'm like, I hit, okay, I've never done this. This is funny. So I have this mask highlighted, as you can see, and up here with the sky, white reveals, black conceals. And so I deleted the mask somehow. I was like, what's happening? Why is this not working? Whoops. Oh, Mafu is asking R2D2? Question mark? All right, let's delete that. Add a new mask. Natural ground. There we go. Let's try this again. And don't delete the mask, Shawn. I am kind of digging this. don't want to go... I want the contrast with the sky. R2D2 is the little blue one, right? It's a super cutie. You are correct. Go back into the sky. I'm kind of liking this. I can add a little bit. No, let's not. Let's not do that. I'm kind of digging this. Adding some clarity overall. A little bit of texture. A touch of dehaze. No, we don't want to go dark like that. Don't worry, I also remember CP30. I like this. I do not fear the dark side as you do. All right. This is an interesting edit. I am liking that. This is the before. That's after. That is a fun edit. I don't know. What do you all think? So we've got that one, which, to be honest, I think this one's probably my favorite. But we've got this one. This one turned out too dark. Then not that one, and then that one. I like it because you can't really tell. Is it snow? We could really, let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. Let's grab this one. Let's get into our develop. Let's get back into our tonal curve. There we go. Okay. I like the ambiguity. Oh, snow or sand? Yeah. So this is my favorite. I gotta say, this is the one I edited today, using the tonal curve. I've been sleeping on that. I'm gonna have to dive more into that. So that one. This is the one that my normal process. Let's go crazy. Every Dune needs a friend. So let's add one. Then this is just an inverted version. Quite nuclear. Then we've got a black and white. So I gotta say, I'm kind of happy with this one and that one. I think, yeah, they both work for me. Well, that was a quick stream. Oh, nice. Okay, let's find some different subjects. Let's get away from snow. Yeah, Mafu. One of the things that I enjoy, that I really enjoy, is learning and trying things out. If I can take and add something to my workflow, it's really important to me. So I do have a workflow. It's just no tangents, cuts an hour and a half off, an hour and 50 minutes off. That's true. We haven't had any tangents yet, but I bet they're coming. Well, here's the thing, Mafu. You know, everybody has a different workflow. And if you are capable of watching somebody's workflow and not trying to get them, this is the thing, not trying to make yourself feel better, saying, or trying to get, what's the correct word? To validate your workflow by telling people that they should do it this way. This is really, really important for streamers. There are certain people that come across when they do videos. This is their workflow. This is how they do it. And they're just stuck in they're not stuck in their ways. They know their workflow. They know it works. And that's it. And then some people are insecure enough where they're like, okay, I need to validate that. And that's not always the best thing. You don't need to validate yourself by getting other people to do the same thing as you. We don't need that. Okay, what did I just say? I said no more dunes. And I'm looking at dunes. All right. Oh, is it like you like my art, so I would like to share how I do things my way so you can learn too, right? That's the correct way, Mafu. And it's not so much even so you like my art. It's just finding people's workflow. You know, some people, photography is a great example. There are so many different kinds of photography, genres, and some people could absolutely hate landscape photography and just be like, ugh, you know, they could be sick of it. They flat out could not like it. That's fine. But there are specific workflows that translate from landscape photography that translate to portrait photography, street photography. So there's always little tiny tweaks and different workflows that could help. So it might not be the fact of liking somebody's work. It's more about the idea of saying, okay, you know, I respect their workflow or their output, something of that nature. You like their style, you like, you know, whatever. So that's more about kind of what it is. Now, again, Twitch is not about educating. It's not like Behance. Behance, obviously, we were focusing on Adobe tools and trying to show how to use them within our workflow to make art. And that's a big thing. Now, do a lot of people on Twitch do that? No. There are people that do that before us Behancers got there. But if you're actually trying, this is my opinion, if, you know, education-wise, if you're trying to educate yourself, more people turn to YouTube for that type of thing. For, you know, my turntable video, Adobe Illustrator turntable that I did last Tuesday, has like 600 views. None of my videos, hey Bruce, happy Tuesday. None of my videos has those kind of numbers since YouTube or since Behance. You know, Behance, I topped out at, I don't know, 3,000 people, something like that. But, you know, am I going to get 600 views on Twitch on the new product, the new turntable in Adobe Illustrator on Twitch? No, I'm not. But I will on YouTube because it's a new tool and people want to know how to use it. So, yeah, I think it's interesting. Okay. So I am still going to try to focus on more of the black and whites. Come on, wake up. There you are. There we go. So let's try this one. Okay. Focusing on black and whites. Now let's go ahead. Let's get into our basic panel and let's open up the blacks. Okay. Go ahead, open up our whites. Mafu, I love the tangents. Without the tangents, do you really want to sit here and watch me edit photos for 2.5 hours? No. We want to chat. It was an interesting conversation, and I'd like to revisit it someday. That's fine, Mafu. That is fine. Okay. Let's get into our tonal curve. You know, the funny thing is, like, did you know that you can have 16 points in the tonal curve? I had no idea. Bruce says, I can almost smell those pine trees, Shawn. Yeah. I almost feel for this image, this is the wrong way to edit. I mean, we could do a ton of masks. What? Oh, black and white, Shawn. Black and white. Let's reset that image. Oh, I'm so fast. Oh, we don't. Okay. Set our white and blacks. There we go. Let's get in black and white. Check out our profiles here. And the main thing I'm looking at is the trees, the reflection. Whoa, I didn't mean click. The trees, the reflection of the trees, and the sky. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for contrast. That blue filter is working well. Like the green filter. Let's go with the blue filter and then reduce the amount just to try to bring in some of those clouds back in. Okay, then we can go ahead and close that. Now let's open up our shadows. We can bring our highlights down a bit. We just add a touch of contrast like that. Bring in some texture. A touch of clarity, and I think the dehaze, I'm gonna go the other way. Instead of making it darker, adding the dehaze, we're gonna take it the other way. That's adding a little bit of brightness. So that's the before. That's the after. Now, if we get back into the color mixer, you can see it's changed. It says black and white. And so now we are dealing with the luminance. So if I'm like, okay, I want to see what it looks like if I darken that up. Now it's moving the blues and the greens. And I don't know why it's doing that. Like in the original, I'm assuming it's because within the original, it's so dark. Intentionally shot that way, but it's so dark it's not even picking up that these are greens. Okay, now it's picking up the greens. Okay. So there we go. Can brighten that up a little bit. Digging that. I wanted to really darken the sky up. I think that's a little bit too much though. I mean, I don't mind it because I love the cloud. Having that white cloud right there is really kind of breaking things up from the sky, the cloud, the trees. Kind of like it. Kind of like that. That's not bad. Add a little bit of a vignette. Pop in some grain. Jumping in. Add some sharpening. Let's mask that. What about there? Bruce says those clouds are beautiful. Yes, they are. It's an interesting edit. Okay. There's Uma's DeLorean. Where is this one taken? The dunes, all of this so far has been Oregon. It's all on the Oregon coast. Back to the Future. Yep. All right. I saw a black and white. I like that one. I do. Okay. I think that's what is needed. Tim. Those are not black and white. Not yet. No. No. I've been working on black and white. How you doing, Tim? I hope you're doing well. By the way, chat, I want to thank you for the 100 messages. And also, since Tim is here, reminded me, we do have Tim music for generating. Can you hear that? I kept meaning to add Tim's music to this scene, so when I'm working on my laptop, and I kept forgetting to do it. So I got that knocked out. So, all right, now we're in Madeira. So I'm kind of looking at the type of contrast images that could make a good, or decent, I should say, not good, a good black and white image. That's not edited. It is. Tim says, I feel very regenerated now. Thank you. Oh, Tim, thank you. That might be cool. That one, yeah, let's work on this one. Let's work on this. Okay, let's go D for default. And first off, let's get in and let's do a transform. No, let's do a crop. Let's grab our angle. And it needs... just straighten that out. That is feeling better to me. Is there anything that needs to be cropped out? Let's go ahead, bring this in. All right, that is feeling good. Let's go ahead, close that down. Let's get into our basics. Go ahead, set some white points. We are clipping in the whites. We'll bring that back a little bit. Now let's hit our black and white. Let's check our profiles. Oof, the adaptive black and white is a bit much, I think. It feels like a bit much. And of course, we can always bring down the effect if we want to. Some of these profiles are just over the top. Okay, ads are going to be starting in about 2 minutes. I am getting low on water. Go ahead, we're going to start with that. So I'm probably going to be taking a quick break. All right. Let's mess with our tonal curve. Too much. Pull it back. This one white spot down here, that's bothering me. So let's grab. Gen AI is off. Dance break? Yeah, probably. I would say the chances are good, Bruce. Okay. I'm going to darken that up just a little bit. Okay, let's get back into our basics. We're going to add a bit of texture, clarity, open up the exposures. Our black's really clipping. Okay, ads are starting. I will be right back. Everybody stick around. All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm gonna continue on. For those of you that still have ad breaks, you can't hear me. You can't hear me anyway. Okay. Bruce says, sweet, only 3 ads. Good. You're really close. Okay, I like that. That's looking good. Right there. All right, let's get into our effects. Let's add a little bit. Welcome back, Bruce. Welcome back. I like that. I like that. Oh, one thing. I can do it here. I'm gonna do it here. For those of you that are showing up right now, Julian Cost was showing a really cool vintage. How's your week been going so far? Not good, Bruce. Don't want to talk about it. Julian Cost was talking about trying to make a vintage photo, and this was a really cool technique, and I'm like, I like this. I want to show this off. So first off, let's get rid of these power lines. What do you say? What do you say? All right, let's go ahead, hit D for develop. Let's get into our remove tool. And let's see how this does before we switch to Gen AI. This might need to be Gen AI. Yeah, it does. So we are going to do the whole thing here in like one go. Okay. Remove. Oh, oh! That was fast. Ooh, you know what I should have done first? Let's get rid of that. Let's actually get in here. Before we do any of that, we should set our black and white points. Okay. All right, that's looking better. Now let's get in, remove. Ooh, you did not like that. There you go. Okay. I don't know if the lasso tool works here. Does it? Nope, it does not. Okay. Fill that in. Remove. So fast. You don't even get to enjoy music. Okay, I like 3. Let's come down here. Don't even get the intro. Since I'm trying to make, maybe I should have taken this into Photoshop. For the purpose, we're good. We're good for the purpose of this. Okay, so we're gonna make an old-timey photo. We've got some basic settings done, no big deal. Next off, we're gonna jump into the color mixer, making sure that we are on saturation. We are gonna bring down the saturation of everything here. Now, this is actually a fun technique. I kind of dig this. We can get into the luminance, and if we want to make anything brighter that we'd like or darker, we can make those adjustments. One moment really quick, please. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So we can make any adjustments if we want to. If we want to maybe darken the sky up a little bit. I like that. And from this point on, we get back into the saturation. Now from here, all you do is start bringing these sliders over to your liking. So bringing back the reds, the oranges, some of the yellows, the green. Now bringing about the aqua and some blues. And this is completely up to you what your liking is. So add a little bit more magenta for those flowers. And bring back a bit more red. The building. And so this is the before, very saturated. This is the after, very desaturated. But this technique, rather than just taking the saturation all the way down on everything, you're able to control which colors you want to be prominent. Next off, we go into our effects. And with our vignetting, we end up adding a white vignette. We change our midpoint. We change our roundness. Going the wrong way. There we go. Bring our midpoint in. And from here, you can either go with the feather, you can make it be extremely straight, or you can give it a little bit of a feather so it feels as if it is a bleed. And so from there, that's the before, that's the after, just trying to give it an old-timey feel. Now, I would love if you could actually change the color of the vignette to give it a sepia feel. We can't really do that. It would be easy to do in Photoshop, but we're staying in Lightroom. for now. All right, so that is a vintage style photo. So let's continue on here. We've done a lot of beaches, lots of sand. And that's a lot of lens flares. Shooting right into the sun. Everything is so dark here. This is darn near monochromatic already. Let's try it. Let's try it. This is some harsh lighting. Let's bring up the shadows just a touch so we can see what's happening. I really don't want to mess too much. With the sun. This one, okay, I'm gonna try something. Let's get into our tonal curve. Nope. No go. Nope. No. No, no, no. Not working. Okay, back into the basic panel. A lot of these are not jumping out at me. They are not. Maybe we do want to go with the adaptive. I know everything's dark in the photo, but I do like that. Me too, Jane. Close that. Now I am having a little bit of a problem here. Let's go in here and we need to straighten the tree and the tower. Why is that so off? Who shot this? Ooh, that's too much. Now the buildings are all leaning. Okay, a tree is cattywampus then. Okay, let's reset that. Let's get into transform. We just got some messed up things going on here. Let's grab this. Let's make sure. Need to make sure this house is going to be straight. Let's see if we can get this tree. Oh, this is totally going to be off. No, actually, that's freaking right. Wow. Wow. How was I taking this photo? I was... Jeez. Okay, let's jump into our masks. Let's hit landscape. We want the sky. Mountains. Natural ground. Create mask. Okay. So the sky, I'm gonna darken this up a bit. There we go. Let's get into the mountains. I'm gonna increase the shadows in that. Increase those shadows right there. I need to make another mask. Let's get a linear gradient. Bring this up to here. And we're going to bring down our highlights. Okay. That's not, there's no highlights. I'm going to bring down our shadows. Ooh, what is happening here? Which one will be the sky? Where are you? Delete. There we go. There we go. I had some funky fringing going on with that tree. If I wanted to, I could delete or I could crop quite a bit of the sky out of this. I think that's pretty cool. We've got good depth going on with the mountains. We can see the village. I think I'm happy with that. I like this one house down here that the lights are on. I like that. I don't know if the lights are on. It could very well be a perfect reflection of the sun bouncing off and hitting where we were, hitting our apartment where we were at. But I like that. It adds just a bit of life. I would call that one a success. That is a good edit. Okay. Do you in chat have anything specific that you would like to see edited? We've got mountains. More oceans. It was froggy. It was froggy. More oceans. I mean, we're on Madeira, where it's a freaking island, so there's going to be a lot of oceans. I didn't like any of these. Did not. Oh, Sandra, hello. Good to see you. Let's see what we can get here. I like this one. Whoa. We got a we're lurking from Bruce. Bruce is going into lurk mode. Let's jump in here. Let's make sure that our ocean is straight. Close. How can I take a photo that's so far out of whack and then get one that close? Woo. Thank you, Bruce. Bruce redeemed a big boom. Bam. And a holy shnikes. Oof. Thank you, Bruce. All right, so let's get into our basic panel. And before anything, let's bring down our highlights a little bit. Set our whites and our blacks. There we go. Let's go into black and white. Checking our profiles. Oof, I'm already liking number 2. Whoa, that's pretty freaking cool. I think we're going to start with 5. I like that. Okay. We're going to close out of that. Let's jump into the remove tool. Visualize spots. I think. Yeah, that's a cloud right there, but it's bothering me. I don't like it. Okay. Is that a bird? No. All right. Now open that up just a bit. Let's bring our blacks up. We're clipping just a hair. Add some texture in. A bit of clarity. Touch of dehaze. We're starting to clip again. Add some contrast. This is pretty cool. I'm digging this one. Oof, what is that? That is, I don't want to darken that. Okay. Wonder if the foreground, what we got going over here? More clouds. Okay, let's get into our masks. We did our global. Let's see what we get here. Got our sky. Let's actually just do the sky. I'm gonna leave it alone, but we're gonna invert and duplicate and invert that mask. Hydrate. Thank you. Cheers. Prost. Zum Wohl. Okay, now, if this goes too far, which is possible, which, yes, it is going too far. We're going to go ahead, we're going to come up here to the mask, and we're going to hit the subtract button, because I don't want to mess with the water that much. So we are going to do a brush subtraction. Let's go ahead. We're going to make our brush a little bit bigger. And let's start brushing this away, because really, excuse me, I want to make sure that I'm only affecting, and let's show the overlay. There we go. Only really affecting the rocks. Don't want to go too much on the water. I probably could have used an object selection. Zoom in. And I'm holding down the space bar, just jumping around here. Little bit. Go. So let's see here. So in a couple hours, well, 3 hours now, I suppose, Jack and I are going to be live on the Firefly Discord, and I am not too happy about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am more than happy to be on the Firefly Discord. I'm just not a fan about today's topic. I said in a couple hours I'm going to be live on the Firefly Discord with Jack, and I'm not overly excited about it. Okay, so from here, you can add in more texture and maybe some more contrast. Those blacks. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Wonder if we should. Hi, Umacorn. It's rare for you not to be enjoying what you do. That is true, Jane. How you doing, Uma? Hope you're having a great day. Let's get back in here. Let's do... Oh, well. Yeah, it did okay on the water. It did good on the water. Let's create that mask. And I'm going to soften up the ocean. I don't need to in this wading pool. So within that, we're going to deselect. And let's, again, do a brush. Make our brush bigger. And let's just paint this away. Do not want to affect this. Making sure to get rid of all the red. Uma says lots of house chores today, so finally sitting down. Ooh, I just... All right, there we go. Now we've got our ocean. So with that mask selected, we're going to soften things up. So we're going to take the texture the other way. Let's even take the clarity. Let's go into our exposure. Brighten that up a little bit. So it creates more of a contrast. We have a definite contrast between the rocks, the sky, and the ocean. So I'm digging all of that. I think that's looking good. Yeah, Jane, I was looking for you. Did you stream today already? Nope, haven't done it yet. Okay. I will be looking for you. You're going after me. Alrighty. Okay, I like what we've got going here. So let's jump in. Let's add a tiny vignette and go the right way, Shawn. Let's go into our details. Let's add our sharpening in. Now let's mask it all out. All right. I am digging this. This was a nice one. Ooh, ooh. We got a big boom from Mafu. Bam. Thank you, Mafu. I like that. I like that. Okay, I think it is time that we go for a kind of soft... What do we want to call it? Fantasy, maybe high-key black and white. Let's try someplace else. Instead of Madeira, got a whole lot of washing. Where have we been lately? Okay, that's Slovenia. See if we've got anything in the Netherlands we could do. This was such a good trip. With the contrast, that might work. That might work. I think, yeah, let's do that building. Okay, let's do this one. So the intention here is we're going soft, dreamy, high key, if you will, almost. So let's go ahead and hit D for develop. Start out and get a base going. I can see we're already peaking, so let's bring down our whites. Bring down our highlights. Go. Our blacks someplace were clipped, so let's bring our blacks up right there. I like what we've got going on so far. Let's open up our shadows just a touch. Now let's jump into our black and whites. Check out our profiles. Adaptive might work for this. That's the Adobe Adaptive. That's not looking bad. But just to check, we can scroll over, see if we've got anything else that's jumping out at us. 4 is not bad. I think we want this. I do. Okay, so since it's adaptive, that means we can crank it up or turn it down. But I think for this, we are going to crank it up quite a bit. So I like where that's at. Let's close that down. Now, the big thing that we're going for is we're going to soften up the texture, soften up the clarity on this. You can actually bring back even some more whites. And keep going, keep going. Right there, digging that. The dehaze. You can actually add haze in by taking it the other way. Which I think we're going to do. Now the contrast, if we take it the other way, we're getting, you know, a very flat image, which I don't mind. Take that down a bit. I mean, this is like very specifically what I am trying to create. I do like that. Do like that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to bring in, using the tonal curve, clicking on the blue. Now, as you can see, I can grab a mid-tone and we can bring in the yellows. Everything is opposite. As soon as you start jumping in, it almost looks like the shadows are painted with charcoal. It does, you're right. It does. So you can, let me zoom in for you. So you can see in the tonal curve, as soon as you want to start adjusting the colors, if I select red, you can see we've got the reds and the blues or cyans. Then we've got greens and magentas going the other way. And then we've got the blues and the yellow. Why did I have to think about that? You know, so even if I wanted to jump in and add more green into it, or getting a little bit of a magenta, that's not bad, actually. We don't want to add the cyans. I think I went too far. Let me just double click that. I don't mind having that cyan feel. And depending upon where I'm pulling from, depends upon the overall image, but I'm trying to stay with the mid-tones. Linda, have a great day. Thank you for being here. We will see you later. I like this. Okay, let's get back up into the basics. With the coloring, I want to bring the contrast up just a hair. Exposure, just a hair. This is definitely working for me. Devlin, hello. Would a red hue work with cyan, or would it be too vibrant and out of place? We can test it. Let's test it. Let's go ahead, grab the red now. I mean, obviously, it's way too much. we wanted to, yeah, the red's not working for me. It is not. We were hoping for a goldish bronze, kind of. That'd be more... something like that. Instead of red, you want to add a touch of magenta. Maybe something like that. And you can always come here and use the eye up here in the corner. Oh, 1 second, everybody. One moment. Okay. I am no dance party. I have to stay connected. There's things happening in my world that I cannot disconnect from. So, all right. So we've got that going on. Again, if we wanted to actually make this look vintage, we can come in here and we can either add a white vignette, which this is not, okay, this is kind of what I was talking about before that. Let me turn this off. Okay. Okay. This is kind of what I was talking about before. So we can add that little reverse vignette to give it an old style feeling. And then we want to add some grain. We're going to add quite a bit of grain. Zooming in to 100, you can start seeing the grain coming in. Okay, now this works. I'm digging this. I'm very happy with this. Very happy with this. If we wanted to, we could come in here. We could even turn down the sharpening more, or we could add more sharpening. And then let's make sure to mask it almost all out. Now, to be honest, would I have done this in Lightroom Classic? No. I have done photos and antiquing photos and making photos look old, and I've always done that in Photoshop. I've done a bunch of them. They used to be part of the Daily Creative Challenge on Adobe Live. This turned out really freaking good. I am happy with this. This has totally given me postcard style. Very vintage feel. Wow. Okay, let's do a test. do I have, yep, here's another one, but now we've got, this is the same house, slightly different angle, and we've got people. So if I come, let's hit D for default. If we come over and we want to look at the vintage presets. Now these are the vintage presets that come in and they're all still color. So, oh, no, it's okay. These are more like film. Let me switch sides. Okay, video, urban architecture. Okay, no. Got travel. No, I'm not liking any of those. Do style black and white. Yep. Retro auto. Nope. Light skin, medium, deep, blur background, adaptive color. No. I don't like any of these. Me. There's a vintage instance. Flat and green. Aged photo. Nope, I don't like any of those. Yeah, I don't like any of the presets. None of them. Let's get back out of here. I think that's cool. That one is cool. Not actually black and white. So, but it is what it is. That's a fun edit. Okay. Let's get out of the Netherlands. And let's work on one more black and white. Where was I just? Slovenia. This is still crazy to me. This is nuts. Like river volleyball. I don't even know what's the name of this stuff. Feel sorry for these guys. It was pouring down rain. Okay, so we are looking for some contrast. I almost want to do another one. Oh, I haven't edited that. I love this shot. We've got the sky, we've got the, I don't know if it's a paraglider. Could be a paraglider or a skydiver. But we've got the paraglider, we've got the castle up on top, we've got the church over here, and we have the boaters. This is a great shot. Volley rain would be nice. Twist to beach ocean court. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this one. First off, I think what we're going to want to do, let's get into our crop and make sure. No, let's reset that. Got that locked. And bring that just like so. Yep, I like that. Let's go ahead, set that up. Oof. Devlin! Holy snikes! Devlin just subscribed for 3 months. Tier 1. Boom! Thank you, Devlin. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Foo-foo rave? What is a foo-foo rave? Oh. I was not expecting that, Devlin. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get into our basics. Ooh, Devlin got all the emotes. Jump into our black and white. I'm already liking this. Let's check our profiles. Again, adaptive is nice. Adaptive is nice. Ooh. That might be the winner right there. That is a lot of contrast. Ooh, 4. I'm going with 4. 4. That is beautiful. That's interesting. Okay. Add a little bit more depth. Not a lot. I'm loving these. These mountains up here. Wow. I don't think we need to do much to this image at all. Let's bring down the highlights a little bit. Okay, let's bring our whites up. We can open up our shadows just a touch. Ooh, I do not mind that, bringing down the texture. Add a little bit of clarity. Dehaze, what you gonna do? Tiny bit of dehaze. Oh, ooh, I'm liking this. Let's check the colors, what we've got going. Okay. All right. Let's get into our color mixer. First off, let's start with the sky. Now there is just a massive, there's so much blue in this image that it's affecting everything. So let's be gentle with that. Let's not go overboard. 25 is too much. I don't want to make sure I don't lose this guy either. Okay. Let's check our greenage. Ooh, that's only picking up the blues, isn't it? Yeah, why? Why is that? Let's come over here then. Still, it's just, everything is blue. Why are you not? Let me grab the greens. No yellows. Little green. Everything is blue. Everything is blue here. Interesting. Take that down a hair. Oh. It's like, what is happening here? What am I doing? This is a cool image. I'm digging this. I'm Blue Eiffel 65 plays in the background. I don't know what that is. I'm Blue Eiffel 65 plays. I don't know what Blue Eiffel is. Don't know what that is, Mafu. Sorry. Oh, I gotcha. I remember that song. I remember it now. Yes, I have. Let me try a mask. Let's go with a linear gradient. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Ooh, yeah, it kind of does. Oh, look at that. That's getting cool. So I'm kind of what I'm trying to do. Let me walk you through my thought process. I'm trying to kind of match this up here. This is much darker shadow. And if I do that and create almost kind of like the sun is breaking through the clouds and it's creating this streak, it's kind of cool in the sense of really directing your eye to this boat here. Now, usually, obviously, you would never want intentionally your subjects to kind of be in a straight line. And it's not in the sense of when you're looking at an image like this, you're probably going to look up here first. And then if you're lucky, maybe you'll see this guy up here. Next, you may catch over Evie, hello. You'll catch the boater. And then you're like, oh, there's more boaters. And then, whoa, is that a house? Is it a hotel? I don't know. Oh, check out that church steeple. So I think that there's a lot going on here. But I'm digging this. I'm really liking the white buildings are popping out. You know, this is a little hidden treasure up here. It's not a subject. It's a happy little accident that that I caught him or her, it, them, you know. So I want to see this on the wall at a deli eatery while having some yummy Sammy. That's interesting, because now I'm thinking, okay, I went through a phase. Oh, I can show this. We got time. Hold on. Please wait. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I've shown this before on stream, but this is in Paris. Can I get far enough back? Kind of. This is in Paris, and I was on a major black and white kick. Now, I have my own printer, and this is a cool image. I'm digging this. I have my own printer, and so a lot of my travels. Holy cow, this is from 2014. I sign and date everything. Evie says that's a cool image. It is. And this is one that, you know, I'm very proud of. And the tracks, the lights, everything. So I would mount on foam board, as you can see. It's got hangers. And then to make it, I made these little stops so that when they hang, you know, you can see the hook is bent out a little bit, and so when it hangs, it actually hangs straight. It doesn't do a little weird cattywampus. But this is like, I used to make, I've got hundreds of these in storage, maybe upstairs right behind me. They're all over. But now, says I like it as well. What a good year 2014 was. Of that image, no. A different. I was on a kick, and I've talked about this before. I have, okay, let's go big head mode. We're going tangent time, people. Let me get the train out. Let me get the train. One moment, everybody. Where's the train? There's the train. Okay, tangent time. Oh, and there's a G there. I don't know why. So I've got museum rails that in all of my houses. I can't do it here because this is a historical house. But in all my other houses, throughout the rooms, I would have museum rails installed. I would install them on near the roof line. And if you're wondering what those are, a museum rail, let me hold this up. This is a museum rail. So you've got 2 tracks and you install these little plastic plugs, and then the museum rail snaps into the plug and then hangs on the wall. And then as you can see down here in this bottom track, you've got a hook or a wire that slides in, and it runs all the way and it slides in, and then you have an adjustable hook hanging down. So depending upon if it's portrait, if it's landscape, you can just adjust where the hook lies. So with my own printer, I would print a ton of these out, and then I would print my images out, and that way Mrs. Shawn and myself, we could rotate the images throughout the year. And I even installed some in Mrs. Shawn's office, so throughout the year, if she wanted to change summer flowers to travel to whatever, and she would tell me, okay, I want to switch things up. So I would show up at her office and we would swap out however many images that she has. And so it was a constant change, and people would come into her office, and we were able to do that here. The sad thing is, so at first I started mounting, whoops. Sorry about that. I was doing a lot of the mounting myself, and then I ended up finding a frame shop that would do it for me at a reasonable charge. So I would print and then take them in and have them mount it, and then I would do the rest. But yeah. So it's just one of those things, really nice. Now, the reason I bring that up is Devlin says, I would like to see this on a wall. And so the print shop mounts on the mounting board. Yes, well, it's a frame shop. Did they do prints? No. So the place that I went to, it was an art supply shop that's about an hour away from here. A great art supply shop that also did framing. And so they, of course, had the board. Now I have to do everything myself because I'm an hour away from that other shop. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things, different ways to do this. I got pretty good at it. Now, Devlin saying would like to see a print. Now, first off, because if you were to print this, this is too dark. This is too dark. I always end up, well, first off, I know my printer. My printer's over there. And I mean actual printer, not print shop. So I know my printer. So I would have to lighten this up quite a bit. And again, highly recommend taking 4x6 and running tests before you run your A4 or whatever size it is that you're running. But the majority of the time, my sheets that I run is an A4, and then I would go from there. I need a new photo cutter. That just reminded me. Let's see, what else? So I don't know if I would. I mean, I really like this image. Would I like it more as a black and white or color? I mean, okay, let's do the exact same image. Let's right click. Let's create a virtual copy. Okay, so let's grab this one. Let's go into our develop module. And I don't want to hit reset because I want the exact same crop. I would love one of those cutters Levlin mentioned in her stream a while back. I wasn't in your stream, I'm sorry. Oh, it cuts a stack. Ooh, my landlord has one. I don't want to hit reset everything. Let's reset that. Let's reset that. Let's go. Okay, color. Ooh, Command Z. Let's just turn off black and white. We can hit that, but then I can hold down Alt. Reset that, reset that. Let's reset that. Okay, I've got nothing else on here. I didn't do anything else. Okay, so we've got the exact same. That's the before, that's the after. Let's see what we can do here. Let's check out, let's go into our landscape profile. That already made a nice change. A guillotine. Yes. Bring down our highlights. Open up our shadows just a bit. Bring over our whites. Bring down our blacks. Add a bit of texture. A little bit of clarity. Touch of dehaze. The greens are already starting to make me angry. Check out our hue. Everything is blue. Everything is blue. Okay, give that. There's so much blue in this image. Thank you, Bruce. Like, this does not need a lot. Yeah, everything is blue. Even when I come in here and I try to grab the greens, it's more of a blue tone going on. Oh, I'm not able to get all the way back to the reset. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's jump in. Let's grab. Is that mask still there? Oh, it is. Cool. Okay, I don't need. Well, let's actually select that mask. Don't want point color, tone. Darken it up even more. It's too much. Right there. Now. Well, nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna talk about that. Okay. I haven't done this on the black and white. That's okay. Yeah, third floor. Good to see you. The parachute. Your eye isn't gonna be drawn to it. And okay, let's get out of that. Let's grab that one. Man, grab that one. Let's hit C. Yeah, you lose the parachute due to the fact that it's a freaking parachute in the black and white. But if you see the parachute, this is one of the things that I love about this image, is that the parachute is going to be more of a like a hidden Easter egg. So the question is, which one of these would I print? And chat, you can let me know which one you like. Evie says, I love the color one, heading towards those vintage tones that I love. Oh, Evie, were you here? That was the Netherlands. Hold on. I took a screenshot because this is going to be my thumbnail. Oh, it's on over here. I don't know if you were here for that, but we definitely went vintage here. So that was a fun one. I like how that one turned out. Okay, let's get back here. Third floor saying, I think black and white is a better image, but the current color one does have that vintage feel, like an 80s shot. Yes. No, I saw some, but not this one. Could have been taken in the early 1900s. Nice. Yeah, that was a happy accident, to be perfectly honest. I was just going pure black and white, and I can show it on this one. Let's get back out of here. This is something that, come on, I had not done before. So I found it really interesting, and this is going to be non-destructive, so we can go with it. But if we go into the tonal curve and we grab our blues, we can go in and start giving this an overall color grading if you would like to, if you like that sort of thing. So adding that yellow and then a bit of magenta, a touch of magenta, not much, within the tonal curve will actually give it an overall color grading, which does a nice job. And we can turn it off and on. Like, that is so subtle. And I mean, you can see over here in the tonal curve how small that I moved it around, but it makes a world of difference if that's what you're going for, if that type of color grading is you're going for. Now, I've never done that before. And if I was doing this, I would be doing it in Photoshop using layers. And I wouldn't be doing this in Photoshop or in Lightroom Classic. But this is a really cool technique if that's something that you're looking for. So if I want to reset it, I can hold down the Option key and you can see it says reset. All I have to do is click on it and boom, it's back. It used to be considered bad or a corruption of the pure black and whites. Yeah, like I was, kind of talking about, I was in a big black and white kick for quite a while. This was from 2014 in Paris, and I don't know if I would be printing pure black and white. I don't know. That was kind of the whole thing of trying to get back into black and white and editing and trying to find that form again. I have some gorgeous black and white prints that I did. So yeah, I like I said, that one's from 2014, and I think it more like monochrome over black and white. Think of it more like monochrome over black and white. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Okay, everybody, it is 3 o'clock. So in 2 hours, I'm going to be live with Jack on the Firefly Discord. So if you're around, if you have time, jump on over to that. Let's see if Jane is streaming. And I do not think I am, but not quite ready. Okay. All right. So Jane is going to be streaming. Thought you were going to be going to 2:30. It just depends upon what I'm working on. I usually on Wednesdays, or excuse me, on Tuesdays, well, and Thursdays, usually nobody else streams, so I get to start when I want and I get to end when I want. So yeah, it's kind of absolute freedom that I've had for years now. Thank you, Adobe Live. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end it. Thank you all for being here. My next thing, harvest, is starting here. The grapes are starting to be harvested here. It's so early, but they're ready to be harvested. I think I'm gonna go up and try to do like a documentation of the harvest. So we may be doing editing again, but we'll be talking about wine, which is always fun to talk about. Okay, Jane's going to be live in 10 minutes. So everybody check that out. Big shout out to Jane for the sub and Clever for the sub. Thank you so much. And everybody for hanging out with me today. I greatly appreciate it. I wouldn't be here without you. So I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Stay safe, stay creative, and just be nice. I'll see y'all soon. Bye. Oh, wait. We need outro music. Oh, wrong. Okay. Bye, everyone.